Two frequency bands that were blocked out were those of the 8th dimension and those of the 12th dimension. These particular dimensions, to block those out, is how you sever your connection to Source. It's how you sever your connection at D12, between D12 and D13. When you go into D13, 14, and 15, you're dealing with the level of personal identity or planetary identity. That's called a Rishi. It's a collective. Well, the avatars of the Elohim family that decided they didn't want to have to listen to anybody anymore about the Law of One disconnected themselves at D12, and then they disconnected themselves from something called the monadic imprint. It's connected to D8, and it goes through into the ascended levels, into something called the monadic imprint, which is the original imprint of your God seed pattern, your first individuation from Source. The way they created independence for themselves, where they could become creator gods and make their own little legions and their own little universes, was by severing the 8th and the 12th dimensional frequencies out of their consciousness, out of their morph field, out of their DNA. They have 10-code DNA because of it. They grounded the stellar bridge on a 10-code pulse so their biologies could go through, because if they tried to go through the halls of the Mentai on a 12-code, they'd incinerate, because they don't have in their bodies the receptors to pull in the 8th and 12th frequencies. And if you happen to be unfortunate and you are someone who was born through the negative Elohim matrices, they're not going to be nice parent parts of yourself. They're not going to tell you the whole lineup so you can grow up and re-expand to be them. They're stuck in time because they severed their connection to their own higher parts. They can't expand. They know themselves as finite, like we know ourselves as finite. And finite beings that don't realize the connections will try to control the actions and energies of other beings. They will try to control their children. They use their children as a means to create dominion and also to suck energy off planets down here so they can be continually self-sustaining.